Crows are everywhere. They're a familiar sight all over the world, ranging across all continents except for Antarctica. But why have they become so successful and adaptable across the world? More and more research is showing that the reason for their great success is their intelligence. These amazing creatures are no ordinary bird brains. Despite their small size, their brains have an incredible capacity for problem solving, memory, strategy,
They're using strategies to get my attention.
and emotion.
They have a sense of humor that they demonstrate.
He definitely can show some sort of emotions. Hello all around is just a very, very funny bird.
They can even use tools and solve complex cognitive puzzles, an ability previously only thought to be possessed by humans and apes. Like this New Caledonian crow. He has amazed scientists as he figured out this 8-step cognitive puzzle.
That was remarkable.
Crows are more like us than you might have thought. Welcome to the world of crows. When we compare crows to ourselves, we often think of ourselves as the superiors. What we don't realize, however, is that a huge factor in their success has been their ability to exploit us. Not only do they take advantage of our excess, but they can charm themselves into people's lives.
Hello, you here for breakfast? Hey, friend.
People like Ginny,
My name is Jenny Pierce. I've always been interested in corvids, generally. I think crows are absolutely exploiting humans. I have no excuse for it. I know I'm being duped, but I do it anyway. I think there's so much similarity between humans and crows. If you look at intelligence looking back at you, it's fascinating. One behavior I found really interesting once that really demonstrated a kind of intelligence that was similar to a human or a primate. I was sick and I was in bed longer than usual, and they were trying to find me. And they were going around to different places in the house and looking in windows and flying by. So they're using strategies to get my attention. And finally they got up on the roof and they went down and they started clawing through the vent. And they were sticking their heads in there and making a loud noise in the house. And it really impressed me. As far as similarities in family structure, they all are very interconnected, and I think they have a sense of duty and responsibility. I mean, watching of course, parents with children, that's an obvious parallel. But again, the sibling structure, they're obviously working as a group. I see the same groups come, and, I start to recognize them because some of them have, little abnormalities. I know some of them talk more for the others, so they seem to have jobs based on their personality. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but like some of them are a lot more verbal and will come and let me know, or they are assigned. They'll come up to the back window and they'll land on the window and they'll hammer at it, and it's the same one. So I feel like they've got a job, and they capitalize on their abilities. The more vocal one talks all the time, and just will come and talk. And I feel like they sit back and they say, "You go talk to her and she'll feed you." So I don't know. It's strategy.
Crows' abilities for problem solving and strategy are remarkable, but so is their use of language. They express themselves using timing of notes, the space between them, and how quickly they are uttered. However, Ginny has experienced a fascinating phenomenon occurring within her local crows.
So I do notice differences in the crows' sounds, crow language. But with my crows, they make this hello sound that I now make to them. So it's like, yeah, yeah. And it's very friendly, I think. The one in the back who talks to me all the time, I've named Flute. Flute has the top beak is broken, and the bottom beak is a little longer, and she gets picked on. But she's a good vocalizer. We'll go back and forth, and there are other ones that do too, like certain babies, certain families that return every year. I don't know. I mean, maybe we're inventing the languages. They're like, when they do that, they'll feed you, so just go along with it.
But Ginny's crows aren't the only hello-saying crows on the block. Meet the appropriately named Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
A raven at the Lindsay Wildlife Center.
My name is Rachel Cross. I'm an animal keeper here at Lindsay Wildlife, and this here is Hello, our common raven. Hello has been with us since 1999 because of a brain injury which prevents him from performing normal corvid experiences in the wild. We do have a lot of wild crows in the area, which we have seen him interact with by making very similar sounds that they do. They'll say something and he will say something very similar back, so we can see he is making the connection. But because of his brain injury, we don't know how well he would incorporate himself into a wild flock, which is one of the many reasons why he is here at Lindsay. He does show us, he remembers very, very well. He's very good at facial recognition, so he does remember. Hello. He does remember different people, so we know there is intelligence there, just not problem solving. Hello is named Hello because when he came here, he spent a lot of time with someone who would constantly say hello to him, and that is the word he picked up on. Even though he has a brain injury, corvids are smart, and he does say a couple of things, hello included, but mostly he says a lot of animal sounds, which let's see if I can get him to do one. Can we do bop, 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 bop? Which we like to think is an operatic chicken.
But don't let his brain injury fool you. This raven still has a wide array of communication skills.
When he is angry at something, if there's other stimuli that is upsetting him that we can't necessarily see, he has specific vocalizations that he does when he is upset, and luckily we can pick up on that. And when he's very happy, we could tell that as well, because since animals work a little bit different than us, they show it more in body language versus how we talk. But that little rouse he did, that actually is a good sign. That's him showing he is a little bit comfortable, especially if he's doing the rousing or rubbing his beak on my glove, which he did a little bit ago too. That are little signs that's showing us that he is really happy. Yeah. One way he shows he is very unhappy is he puts up his eyebrows. The feathers right above his eyes, we like to call them his devil horns. So when something is making Hello very unhappy, he puts up his devil horns, puts up all of his feathers on his head. He's very picky on very, very particular things. Definitely I can pick up on things he doesn't like and likes, and it really reminds me of a person. Sometimes he won't eat something if he's deciding that day he does not like chicken. He's not going to eat that chicken. He's very particular. He doesn't like certain colors, certain shapes. We have to be very careful with the toys we give him because they might make him upset. He really reminds me of a human toddler in that sense.
One of the most debated topics when it comes to crow intelligence is whether or not they possess theory of mind. Theory of mind is the ability to realize the consciousness of other beings.
When you look into the eyes of a crow, you know they're looking back at you. They see a being there that they're trying to understand.
I believe corvids, even Hello, they could definitely establish different personality traits in different people. I think they can realize individuals. I'm not sure if they can identify what a consciousness is as much as a person can, but they definitely can identify individuality in different animals.
I have seen crows hide food. They tend to tuck it under shingles that they think to hide things, knowing that other crows or beings might steal their food. I think it's a demonstration of the fact that they understand the consciousness of others, operating sort of with an independent mind.
By now, it's plain to see that crows are very smart. But could it be that the apparent link between crows and humans is a result of cultural coevolution, where both crows and humans have had profound effects on each other's evolution throughout history?
I would say that definitely my own personal world, they've altered my patterns. They've altered very much the sense of this space. I think of it as a shared space. And when they come in, yeah, they know, like dogs, that it's just hardwired. They're very good at keying in, I think, to like what humans enjoy, because I enjoy them. And I photograph them, and so yeah, I think they're world dominators.
For centuries, ancient people around the world have studied and worshipped crows. Today, our societies mimic each other quite remarkably. Next time you hear a crow, you might feel the urge to turn your head.